light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping that one day you'll make the dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. You see her when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why that everything you touch surely dies. You only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out Let Her Go by Passenger. Amazing tune, this one. It's got some really beautiful guitar parts in it. Lovely fingerstyle thing. So we're going to be looking at kind of a simple, strummy kind of way through it, and then I'm going to go through that intro with you and show you the finger picking for the verses too. So let's start off by looking at a strumming version for the whole song, because even if you're doing the fingerstyle one, it's definitely going to be easier if you know what the chords are first of all. So if we're looking at the intro to start off with, we've got a capo at the 7th fret as well, I should mention. We're starting off with an F major 7th chord. Now you really want to be using your thumb over here for playing the bass note. It's a lot easier than trying to do it any other way. So you might find that a bit of a problem. If you're doing the regular chords, you could of course play just a regular F bar chord, but if you're going to do the fingerstyley one, you need to be having the thumb over on the 1st fret, which is really the 8th fret, of course. The 1st fret, 1 fret higher than the capo. Thumb there, then the 3rd finger is going to go 3rd fret of the 4th string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, and an open thinner string. And if you can get that 3rd finger to kind of sit between the 4th and the 5th strings to hold down both the 3rd fret on the 4th and the 5th string. So you've got essentially all 6 strings being able to be played. It's a little bit tricky there for the 3rd finger to do that, so don't worry if that's kind of difficult. You don't need that note too much for the fingerstyle arrangement either. But so we got that little melody, then F, dum, ba, da, dum, then a G chord going to A minor, da, to G, da, 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 F and dum, dum, ba, da, da, G to A minor, and again, do, 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 do. So for that little melody, that's really a G chord. So we got the G, do, do, the F, da, 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 G, do, do, to A minor, back to G, da, 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 F, da, da, ba, 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 G to A minor. And we're looking at the, so it's starting actually with a chorus, unusual for a song to start with the chorus, but that's what it's doing here. And the chord sequence for that is F to C to G to A minor to F to C to G. Okay, I'm simplifying it, just doing 4 down strums to the bar. So F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G to A minor, F to C to G. One more time on that. You only need the F when it's burning C. You only miss the G when it starts to A minor. Only know you F her when you let her go to C. I didn't write it like that, it's not my fault, going to a G chord for 2 bars. Only know you've been F when you're feeling C. Only hate the G when you're missing A minor. Only know you F her when you let her see the G. It's really unfortunate the way the chords fall in that lyric. But anyway, that's the chord sequence for the chorus, which is played both strumming later in the song, and at the beginning it's played using fingerstyle. So let's look at the other chord sequence, which is the one for the verses, and then I'll go through and explain a bit more of the fingerstyle stuff. So when the strumming kind of kicks in a little bit more, we've got this chord sequence which is A minor. I'll stick to the same strumming, sorry. A minor, F major 7, G, to E minor, to A minor, to F major 7, to G, and then there's a little G sus if you want to put in there that holy chord again. So to play a G sus chord, we're just playing the 3rd fret, muting the 5th string, open, 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 little finger on the 3rd fret of the thinner string. That's the regular kind of G chord, and then we just put our first finger down the 1st fret of the 2nd string. We get that G sus chord. Okay, it just pops in there for half a bar. So let's sequence one more time. A minor, F major 7, to G, to E minor, to A minor, to F major 7, to G for a whole bar, then half a bar of G sus and back to G. Again, A minor, F major 7, to G, to E minor, to A minor, F major 7, to G, G sus, and then back again. So this is A minor at the bottom of your F major 7, open the G, you'll make a dream, E minor, but dreams go A minor, and the F major 7, so G. A minor when you're closing your F major 7, maybe 1 G, you'll understand E minor, and everything you A minor, you touch will F major 7 to G sus, you only need the F when you're down and low. And then we're back into another chorus again. So, rhythmically, the very intro is all going to be fingerstyle, and that's going to require a close-up, and we're going to do that in a second. But I want to talk a little bit about the strumming parts as well, because once you're through that fingerstyle thing, you really want to get strumming. And the strumming can actually work for the whole song as well if you're not that confident with the fingerstyle, because this isn't easy fingerstyle really, particularly the intro. So when you're strumming this kind of tune, the big deal is really the accent pattern, because the strumming is continuous. You're just doing 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a down, up, 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 down, up. And without any accents, this kind of strumming pattern just sounds really terrible, actually. So what we're after here is this accent pattern of 1 E and a 2 E and up 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and up 3 E and a 4 E. Down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. Okay? Now, that's not exactly the same pattern as the record all the way through, because it is moving a little bit, and that's one of the nice things about it. But that would be a pattern that I'd recommend that you start off with. If you're struggling with getting that accent pattern, I'm going to put a little note of that on the website there for you to help you master that strumming part. But it's really just about trying to get those heavier strums. 1 E and a 2 E and up 3 E and a 4 E. Down, down, up, up, down. If I take away the accents, really happening. Okay, so really try and work on getting a feel for using accent passages, because as soon as you add that to your strumming for these kind of songs, it just really brings them to life. So let's get to a close-up now and check out how to do the fingerstyle pattern. Okay, so the fingerstyle for this song has a really consistent pattern, which it makes it a lot easier to learn than some other fingerstyle patterns. So basically the thumb is going to play every note that's played on the thickest 3 strings. First finger will always play the 3rd string, second finger will always play the 2nd string, and third finger will always play the thinnest string. Okay? It's really important that you get that. So thumb is taking care of the thickest 3, and the 3 fingers are taking care of the thinnest 3 strings. And they will always do that all of the way through the whole tune. Okay? So if you stick to that as a pattern, it makes it a lot easier. So we're starting off with this little melody part. Okay, so we're going to be using the 2nd finger to pick the 2nd string at the 3rd fret. Then 3rd finger is going to play the thinnest string, back to the 2nd string, and that'll flick off to the 1st finger in the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And the reason we want to use those fingers is because later on we're going to be going. Okay, so that's why you want to use your 4th finger there for that first one, in case you're wondering why that seems like a bit of a strange choice. Okay, that's the very first part. Now we've got an F. Okay, as I said here, we're using an F major 7. Okay, with the thumb playing the bass note. And we're going to be playing the bass note on the thicker string and an open G string. So 2nd finger is going to be off, and then 2nd finger is going to hammer down into its position. Then we're going to pluck the 4th string with the thumb, and we're going to play the 2nd string as well. Okay, of course that'll be the 2nd finger. Okay, so thumb is moving from 6th string over to 4th string. Thumb again, 3rd string, 4th string, thinnest 2 strings. Okay? You should know, as long as I tell you the string numbers from now on, you should know which fingers are going to play them. Okay, so we've got the 6th string and the 3rd string together, hammer on, then the 4th string and 2nd string together, 6th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 1st and 2nd string together. Okay, then we've got the 2nd bar of this sequence, not including the little pickup. We've got 6th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string. Okay, still on the F. Okay, so far we got okay, now we're changing to a G. We've got that little thing like the intro. Sorry, I used the wrong fingers there. Sometimes when I play slowly I use the wrong fingers, but I do it right when, you know, when I'm playing it properly. It's just sometimes weird doing it slowly. That's why sometimes I get the right fingering wrong, so I hope you'll forgive me. Anyway, so 2nd finger will be playing that 2nd string. And thumb will be moving from the 6th string to the 4th string. Okay? That much so far. To flick off again that last note, of course. Now we've got an A minor. Okay, and we're again starting off with the 3rd finger off the neck, and it's going to hammer onto its position in the A minor chord at the same time as playing the 5th string. Then thumb's going to play the 4th string, and we're also going to play the 2nd string. 5th string, 3rd string. Now 4th string, 2nd string and 1st string together. Okay, those strings together. Thumb and 2nd and 3rd fingers playing the thinnest 2 strings. Again. Okay, then we're going to a G. Okay, and we've got our nice little riff again. So this time playing the 2nd string and the 6th string, then 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string and 6th string again together with that little riff. With the little flick off from the 3rd fret to the 1st fret. Okay, so let's look at those first 4 bars now. Okay, now we've got more or less the same thing here with the F. Okay, but the very last note of that bar, the first time we're playing the 2 strings together. This time he's just playing the 1. It wouldn't really matter if you wanted to play the 2 together, but anyway. Now we've got this really nice. It's quite tricky. So we're on the F. We're going to start by playing the thicker string and putting the little finger down the 3rd fret of the thinner string, flicking that off to the open position. Then playing the 4th string, open 3rd string. Now we change the 3rd finger over to the note G, and we're going to do a hammer on. And this again, this is pretty tricky. 1st finger's staying where it was in the 1st fret, and little finger's going to hammer on into the 3rd fret there. It's for our G chord. Then play the 4th string, and now we're back to our A minor. So the A minor is kind of happening on the and after 4 of that, like just at the end of that bar. We're going to play the thinnest 2 strings. So let me go from the F there. Here, flick. Okay, and this on the A minor, 5th string by itself, 4th string and 2nd string together, 5th string again, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string. Again. And then we've got 5th string, 4th string and 2nd string together. We've got our little riff again. So once through that intro now, all of the way through nice and slow. On the repeat, it'll do that again, and it plays that whole section again, but you can leave off going to the G there and just stay on the A minor when you're going to the verse. Now, when you want to go to the verse, really interesting thing happens. You lose all of the complicated fingerstyle, which is kind of lucky, because singing it and playing that pattern that we've just looked at would be very difficult. So what we want to be going for now is this pattern, which is 6th string, 4th string and 2nd string together, 6th string, 3rd string, 4th string. Okay, it's a very common kind of country finger picking pattern, this actually. Thumb is moving between the 6th string and the 4th string. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Be a count. And you can do that pattern all of the way through that first chorus. So you notice that the thumb is moving from here, from the 6th string to the 5th string. When we could change to the C chord, because that's where the bass note is. F, C, G. It goes back to the thickest string to A minor, back to the 5th string. F, back on the 6th string, C, G. And then usually at that point, where there's the little gap, I pick up a pick that I leave sitting on my lap. I don't actually have it just there right now, but that's the way I would recommend that you get into doing the strumming. Either that or just use your fingernail. So I really hope you enjoy learning this song. There's some pretty tricky moments in that fingerstyle intro, but it's a beautiful song to play, and I think it sounds really nice as a kind of a complete thing, especially moving from the fingerstyle into the simpler fingerstyle and then into the strumming. It builds really well. Nice one to be able to play and sing as well. A little bit tricky to sing it. There's some of the phrasing of the vocals are a little bit awkward, but it's not killer. There's worse ones out there, and it's such a beautiful tune. So hope you dig it, and I'll see you for plenty more lessons very soon. You take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.